I'll say cool, I'll say fun, and I'll have to say an exclusive experience on its own.
A great foundation starter for a professional career.
Excellent, and a world full of opportunity with cosmopolitan exposure.
I don't think there was a moment in those 3.5 years where I ever felt like not comfortable.
It's really good quality of life.
I chose Canada at that point because it was one of the top 2 priorities as a country-wise. The people over there are friendly, it was very cost-effective. The biggest option that I was getting at that point was, to be able to work while I study.
One of the great things that Canada did offer from an undergraduate perspective at the University of Waterloo was a co-op program, which really allows students to actually get work experience through their whole education journey.
The choices of courses that you get, the kind of professors that you get, the kind of experience that is beyond classroom that you get, and the diversity.
The teachers were very helpful. The number of people in the classes were very limited, so you were getting a lot of personalized attention. And one thing which I really liked a lot was there was not too much pressure on you about to learn of things. Everything was very practical.
And the way the professors are able to guide you through all the decision-making process is very, very applicable to what you would face after graduation. So, I think it's really building kind of real great managers.
We were made to visit different companies. So there were visits to different companies where we were understanding the world business in practice rather than just reading from the textbook.
So even the classroom was very diverse and multicultural. So you get to know what their culture is like, what kind of food they like, how they speak.
Safety-wise, it's also very good. Like at 3 in the morning, I'm walking back, I don't feel unsafe.
The quality of life in Canada is really good. I would say that it's better than most of the countries that I've visited. And the kind of people that you meet there, the safety, the healthcare, everything is taken care of.
Life is very relaxed. You have your work, over the weekend you relax, you go for your cottages, you travel, you watch a sport. So while you're doing all the mandatory things you need to do, at the same time, very high standard and a very relaxed lifestyle.
Accommodation is not really difficult. You can just go on Kijiji and you can look for listings that are there, and it's not difficult, and it's even reasonable.
So then I lived in a house with a Canadian family and some other students in my 2nd, 3rd year, and that was great. Like I really enjoyed doing that, and I'm glad that I did it because it helped me sort of get a different perspective towards life in the Canadian family, and which was different from if I just stayed on in residence. The Canadian economy, the Canadian government is very welcoming of international students, and they want you to. So things like visa restrictions, etc., are not really there. So it's easier to stay on in Canada and work than it would be in other countries.
If you go to the campuses, they're really doing a lot to connect with the local business communities to give students the maximum opportunities available for integrating themselves post-graduation into the workforce.
Canadian work policies and systems are very strong, and they always respect and support an employee, be it on campus, be it in the corporate world.
You have all the things that you need for Indian food over there, which is provided in basic grocery stores.
Most restaurants are run by the local people. In a sense, Indian restaurants are run by typical and authentic Indian.
Initially you're like, what? Who's going to cook? It's such a pain. But if you do know how to cook at least a few things that you really like to eat, I think that can be really beneficial.
I feel more cold in Delhi than I feel in Canada. Reason is the way the country is set up there. You don't feel like it could be -30 outside and you're sitting in your shorts. Every vehicle, every building is centrally heated.
There's so much to do in winter. You can go tobogganing, you can go skiing, snowboarding, tubing, snowshoeing, or even ice skating.
Really not about only what Canada has to offer, but how you really approach it. And I think, Canada's an all-weather, country. You get a chance to experience 4 different seasons. You get a chance to get out there in terms of activities in the snow. The last thing you want to do is hibernate during the winter time. Come on, you have to experience life in the campus. So in undergrad, I was part of I took up dance. I did broom ball. I was playing football. I even got a chance to jump out of an airplane. Skydiving club.
I went to Niagara Falls about 7 or 8 times during my stay over there. I went there in the middle of December, I went there in the middle of summer, so that is definitely one of the biggest attractions.
There were about 180 clubs you could get involved with. Everything from salsa dancing to anime to judo to Model UN, you name it, it was there. So it was very cool.
Canadian graduate Malcolm Gladwell has written as well, and this whole choice of universities, go to a place where you are able to excel, be an individual, differentiate yourself, and really connect with professors who are going to be able to give you an extra bit of opportunity. And I think that's really the unique attraction to Canada.
You should definitely consider Canada, and it should be on your short list. It shouldn't be that, oh, we're from India, so we only go to US or we go to England. Canada should be a country that more Indians should go to every year, definitely.